have Misfits on your left, SK Elite on your right. Looks like we're going to have 5 up on both teams off the break. Nobody's going to lose a player. SK Elite filling out to the snake corner. Misfits player in the tall snake insert going to get checked out. Ref's going to check his eyeliner, tell him he's all good. Man, ref's still checking him. He's finally going to say, yeah, you're good, after ref taking a little too many trying to get in there and check player. All right, look. We've got Misfits player moving up in the snake 3. And the snake 1. Dorito wedge player for the Misfits, just locking down that D side, shooting after the D2, not letting that Dorito 2 player do much. I was going to say I can't tell currently what's keeping this S3 player on SK from moving to Dorito, or the Snake 50, but now that Dorito 1 player is shooting the gap. Misfit's going to move into the D3. Watching the SK guys practice last week, I can hear them talking. They're calling a bunker that nobody's in. They think somebody is in the snake side wedge. Obviously, there's nobody in it. And there's that, what I was telling you, that D2 player is going to try to make the move from SK Elite into the Dorito 3 and get chopped up by the Dorito wedge. At the same time, Misfits is going to lose their Snake 1 player and their Dorito 3 player. It's going to put us in the D2, the D1, and the S3 for the Misfits. SK in the Snake corner, Snake 3 now the center can, and the Dorito 1. This SK player's got to be careful that not to get chopped up moving down that D side. He should be right now in position to actually do it because that Dorito wedge has moved out to the Dorito 3. Or sorry, the Dorito 2. Because the Dorito 3 was the wedge player originally. He had gotten shot. The Dorito 1 player is shooting that gap now, keeping the Dorito side from moving down the field. The SK players are going to have to work together over here on the Snake side. It'd be beneficial to get the Snake 3 player into the Snake 50 to shoot that Dorito 2 player. Sounds like the Snake side over here for SK Elite is doing a little bit of arguing about where everybody's at. Here's the move. He's going to make it through without getting shot by that Dorito 1 player. Now he's blocked out from him just a little bit. He's got to watch that Dorito 2, though. Dorito 2 has a slight shot. There it is. He either flinched from it or got hit from it. Looks like he missed him. Pretty quiet out there. Nobody's shooting their guns. You would almost think that the screen was frozen, but it's not. They're still trying to play paintball. Maybe. This point has taken over 5.5 minutes so far. Score still 0-0. Is Braxton Blake for the SK Elite in that Snake 50. And I can tell Kevin Lamb in the Dorito side wedge for SK Elite. This SK Elite player in the back snake corner, literally just standing there, not doing much at all. He really needs to do something to help out his team instead of just standing there. At the same time, the Misfits players are going to do a little bit of moving around. They're going to move into the D3, and the D1's going to move back to the Snake Cake. Oh, and back to the Dorito 1. Now that Dorito 3 is blocked out from the Snake 50. Kevin Lamb going to move out to the Dorito 3 for SK Elite. Now to the Dorito 50. Kevin needs to wrap the outside, not the inside, and put some shots on that Dorito 3 right in front of him. I think you're going to see Kevin try to go. No one's looking his way as soon as he realizes it. The Dorito 1 player for Misfits is going to try to play a little bit farther off the bunker and do a little jive back into his spot. Now he's looking at Dorito 50. Kevin's lost his chance to come down the Dorito side. No real need to, being a 3-on-3 game. You just can't do that. You can't get shot out of your spot. Just gave Misfits that whole side of the field. Oh, and the Snake player, or Snake corner, is going to get shot out for SK Elite. That's going to force SK Elite to concede. They were in position to win that game. Ran a lot of time off the clock, 8.5 minutes off the clock. Only a minute 34 left in that game. All right, so now I've got Bart Hepker, professional semi-pro player and coach for TSO.
I don't think I've ever heard it put better. Professional semi-pro.
Yeah. So it looks like your guys' lanes off the break are pretty good.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we tried super hard. I think to be honest, like this layout, the only thing you can really shoot and really have a chance at killing, I think, is what we're calling Dorito 1, which is the second big Dorito on that side. Other than that, I mean, I think my big, tall, slow self could fall in this snake because, I mean, there's really not much else to shoot.
You don't play snake side.
No, never. Ever.
So, yeah, you're doing really good getting those D-side shots off. Who'd you have playing in the back that was shooting D-side?
Brent Nealon. Brent Nealon's he's a good pickup for us, and he's relatively new to the camp. But he's a smart player, right? And he's a big, tall guy, kind of like myself, and we spent a lot of time with him specifically shooting that shot.
Oh, as we're watching, I was just gonna say, you see the SKLE guys trying to win a point.
As I was just saying, nobody's getting shot off the snake side off the break.
And then
Well,
no. The guy in the back, the snake 1 got pulled on a penalty. The snake 1 or the snake 50 actually got shot going in, so he did die off the break.
This is going to be one of those quick points. We haven't seen a quick point for some time.
That last point was 8.5 minutes.
Right.
That one was 33 seconds.
Whatever they just did there is going to work. That works.
Well, yeah. We'll win a point in 33 seconds. So, you actually play SK Elite next.
I think so.
Yeah.
I got all the boys sitting there scouting them. That's something that we need to definitely address. However they just did that, that's something we got to address.
Yeah, hard to scout a team though that has an 8.5 minute point.
Yeah, I think I'm not going to be surprised if we see multiple of those today. I really don't. This field is going to be one of those fields where it's who's going to win gun battles. That's what we said in practice. That's how we practice this thing. Like I said, like if we're not shooting people off the break, we got to win. We got to win gunfights.
So 2-0, Misfits with 2. There was a couple points, like I mentioned during the point when you weren't in here. The SK's first point, there were parts where I was looking at the screen and I thought the live feed froze.
Because it was just that long.
Nobody was doing
and everybody's
anything.
looking the same.
They weren't even moving.
I think they both had the kind of a right.
Well,
they didn't play it wrong because if it's gonna be 3-on-3, and then we're already 5 minutes into a point. Mm-hmm. Okay, well we can't lose a body, especially on this field layout. 5 minutes goes by, 3-on-3. We have to be the team that shoots the body. So they played it right. It's just.
I feel there was multiple times though where the Dorito side could have won that point. And they didn't. There was a point when it was the Dorito 3 and the Dorito 1 looking inside. The Snake 1, and this is all for the Misfits, looking snake side. The Dorito 50 player for SK Elite could have at least gone up to their D3, stuck that guy in the back.
He was
stayed there.
That Dorito guy you're talking about was the first guy to die in that 3-on-3, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah,
he had the ball.
Whatever he was doing was wrong.
Yeah, I agree. That guy does it. He has the ball for sure. I think this layout, like anybody on that Dorito side, I think that's where most of the games are going to get won. I really do. Like coming to this 50 snake is cool and all, and if we can get there fast, okay, we're going to draw a bunch of guns. But once you get there, you can look inside, shoot a few things. Wrapping is going to be difficult if there's a snake, so it's kind of like you get to the center 50 and okay, you did your job.
Well, like I was talking with Hamill off Denver Chaos, this layout actually was made for XTPL this weekend. So this is a fit layout for a 3-on-3.
That makes sense.
After we saw it, it's like JD showed it to us, and we're like, oh, that will work for 5-man. It really will. Like, it's got to make some interesting games because there's so many different things you can actually do.
There's that.
He's gonna try. He's gonna try it again. This time, nobody's looking this way though.
That play is gonna happen a lot too. It's gonna be hard to shoot
yesterday
that.
too.
Those 2 towers on the snake side is I think the best odds at killing that. And then they're getting peeled off the snake side. We can't die out of snake 3.
Oh man, and they're all gonna lose their Dorito side player also. And their snake or their D side wedge, like
that guy's got to
not good, man.
Here's what I'm talking about with this 50 snake. Like, okay, we're here. I can look inside. He was just getting contested extremely hard down the wire, and now he looks inside and dies.
Yeah, it looks like he might have got shot by the home player moving over to the snake side tower.
If so, that's a good shot. That's a real good shot.
Yep, they're gonna no points on that one. That's gonna make it a 2-0 game. Up next, we have Denver Chaos versus K-State Wildcats.
I like Chaos. I'm glad they came down.